Welcome back to the channel. I am Sokol, a full-time reseller that helps you make money. Today I'm going to be showing you how to get sales tax exempt status on eBay. I'm going to show you everything you need to know, the entire process. We're going to be doing a walkthrough of. If you are new here and didn't see, last week I released a how to get sales tax exempt on StockX video, which I will link above for you to click if you're interested in that. Another good thing for resellers like this video today. I'm excited to bring this to you. A lot of people have been requesting this. They want to know, Matt, how do I get sales tax exempt on eBay? And by the way, this entire video, everything, there's going to be a table of contents below in the description so you can jump around to the different sections and find whatever you need. Without further ado, let's begin. And the first thing I'm going to do is just go over what sales tax exemption means. And so basically sales tax exemption, exactly as it sounds, means that you are exempt and do not have to pay sales tax on goods, physical goods, inventory items that you are buying through your business. That means that if you're a reseller, you do not have to pay sales tax because sales tax is only intended to be paid by the end consumer of a good, which is the person that uses it. For example, if you're a sneaker reseller and you buy and sell pairs from other people who also buy and sell pairs, the sales tax is only supposed to be collected from whoever that end person is that ultimately is going to wear and use those shoes. That's kind of a run through. A lot of people get confused by this whole process. It's extremely confusing. Every state has different laws regarding this. But regardless of whatever state you are in, you can get sales tax exempt on eBay. Now I'm going to go over prerequisites. What do you need in order to be able to get sales tax exempt? So obviously you need to be a legitimate business, right? You can't just be Joe Schmo that doesn't have a business walking off on the street and saying you don't want to pay sales tax. You need to have a business, and also what you need to have, it's going to vary depending on state to state what this is called, but in my state of New York, it is called a certificate of authority. And basically what a certificate of authority is the legal certificate and document that is the government, which is really just your state, saying that you're legally registered and allowed to collect sales tax on behalf of that state. And so not everyone that has a business is going to have a certificate of authority or have that permit, I'm sure, but that is something that you do need in order to file for this. So if you don't have one of those, then you should just stop right here and you should look into that. But if you do have one, then that's great. You're eligible to get sales tax exempt on eBay. Now I'm going to walk you through the steps. Let's jump into my computer and I'll show you how to do it. First, we need to go to a specific link. That link is in the description below for you guys to click on. And so once you click on that link, you're going to see this page that I have on the screen right here. The top says paying tax on eBay purchases. There's a lot of information here. It almost looks like it's an article, but once you scroll down and you get towards the bottom is where you get to the actual part where you can submit information. So it says the eBay Buyer's Exemption Program for Sales Tax. I guess that's what they call it. And that's for people like us. So they actually make it pretty easy for you because a lot of other websites, they don't actually tell you what information you need to submit. You just have to submit it. So this is nice. Let's go to New York and select entity type. And everyone here, you're going to be selecting resell for the entity type because the rest of them are just, if you're a charity or religious organization or a government organization, which none of us are, we're just resellers. So you'll click resell and see now it says New York ST 120 form and sales tax certificate of authority. I actually made a specific video showing you guys how to fill out the ST 120, which is the resale certificate for New York State. So I will link that above for you. You can click that if you're also in New York State. But if you're not in New York State, then it's going to vary by your state. So let's say we are in Maryland. I'm just kind of clicking random states at this point to see what it says. We're still a resale certificate. And so that's going to be a different form. That's going to be the MTC form and sales and use tax license. So this MTC form is actually a form that a bunch of states have kind of signed on with this organization that put together this form that can be used for multiple different states to make it easier as opposed to every single state having a different form, right? Except not every state actually uses this form. So they actually link it for you right here. You can see download MTC form. And you can open that one. And I guess I could just fill this one out and show it to you, since I think there's 30 something states that will allow you to use this one. So issued to seller. We're going to say eBay. We don't know eBay's address, so I'll just leave that blank. That's totally fine to leave that blank if you don't know, or you could just look it up. And then you put your name here where it says I certify. My address is 123 Main Street in Northampton. This isn't my real address. Don't try to go on Zillow and see my house. This isn't it. You put your state and your zip, and then what type of business you are. So generally, most of us, well, it really depends your kind of business. It's gonna vary. Because I'm a wholesaler and a reseller, so this is actually confusing, but I'm not gonna trip on it. I'm just gonna say that most of my business is wholesale, so I'm just gonna say wholesale. Okay, and you can't actually click this form, so I guess you would have to print it out and just select that. But I would click wholesale, description of business, online sales of mainly sports cards, general description of tangible property or taxable services to be purchased from the seller. I would just say sports cards or whatever you plan on purchasing from eBay. And then this part is where, depending on what state you're in, you would just fill it out. So if you're in Rhode Island, you would fill out your Rhode Island seller's permit and your state registration. Like I said, every state calls it something different, but it's basically like your sales tax number, essentially, is what a lot of people call it. Your sales tax number, the number that allows you to legally collect and file sales tax, and of course the number you need to file sales tax with your state. So if you're in multiple states, you would fill out multiple. Most people probably aren't in multiple, so fill out whatever you need. Let's say it's Connecticut here, and boom, 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 1, 2, 3, and we filled that out, and then that's it. You put your title, CEO, you put the date here, and then you would print this form out, you would sign it, and here's information as well, but you would sign it, and then you would attach that. And then for the second part of this, the sales and use tax license, so that's actually just going to be the license that Maryland gives you. So I have a physical, it's literally like a physical little piece of paper, like a thicker than normal printer paper, and it says certificate of authority for New York, and it has your ID number, and it's the same for basically every state. So that's what a sales and use tax license is. You'd scan that, and you would then go down to this part where it says upload documents. You click it, and it brings you over to this other page. And so I know it's confusing because the drop down only says tax exemption certificate. For some reason, that's the only thing it allows you to select. But you fill out your full name, your business name, which is like the name of your entity, your eBay ID. Not really sure why you have to fill out your eBay ID when you're doing this through your eBay account, but you do. And then tax exemption certificate, add file. Don't know what this file is, but we'll add it. And then, as you can see, you can add another file. So you just add the second file, and then you would hit send. And then that's it, your application is submitted. As far as how long it takes for eBay to review and approve your application, it took around 3 business days for them to approve mine, which was pretty fast, I thought. And I'm sure it'll take around the same amount of time for you. I would say if you don't hear from them at all within around like 5 business days, you should reach out and follow up on it to make sure that they received your information and they're looking into it. But this is a huge, huge thing for resellers like me, and hopefully like you, that are purchasing goods on eBay. Maybe you're buying sports cards, whether that's graded cards or boxes because you want to hold them, you think it'll be a good investment. Now you don't have to pay sales tax. It's literally great, and I'm going to be doing more videos about how to get sales tax exempt from different companies and different marketplaces. So make sure that you click that subscribe button and also click that little bell to turn post notifications on so you don't miss a thing. I'm going to be having a lot more sports card content and also a lot more general reselling content like today's video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I'm Matt Sokol, and I'll catch you in the next one.